know Apple makes amazing ads. They are truly some of the best ads, most of the memorable ads. But my God, imagine pressing 100 televisions, paint, pianos, violins, and that it all combines in this one iPad, and it freaks everyone out. Hello everyone, I'm Will. I am here today, not dressed for this occasion, but wanted to talk about the ad that appeared recently, and also Frank is going to let his 2 cents in on another part of the ad that he feels is not addressed enough. But I want to talk about the filmmaking of this ad. So the whole point of this ad that Apple came out with was that they're crushing all these materials into one ad. In fact, I can't even show you the ad because Apple has demonetized and removed videos that have actually been showing the ad in any kind of video form. So you're seeing screenshots of the ad. But the point is that Apple took this film, they crushed all these items and basically said that here that an iPad could do all these things. And it led to a crazy controversy about the ad. It's a great ad. It gives you the point across that the iPad is not replacing those things, but you could do all those things within the iPad. All the color that you see in the ad is in that press, and everything else is kind of grayed out. That way when the screen is crushed and all you see is this bright display of color and beautiful LEDs and that this one device can do, and it freaks everyone out because the point that Apple didn't probably realize is that what they're telling everyone is, hey, you don't need to learn piano, you don't need to learn guitar, you don't need to do all these physical things when the iPad can do it all. And you know what? There is some truth to that, but can we replace guitars with digital guitars? We can. You see it in music every day, but there's definitely no replacing a guitar, a natural sounding guitar, for the real deal. That's why music today doesn't speak to me like it does back in the day. I can only imagine the amount of time it took to put that thing together and in one take, crush all those items. And it was just funny with the emoji, which is why the thumbnail's on the ad, because it's just funny. People are definitely going to give their opinion on this, and Hugh Grant and a whole bunch of other people didn't like the ad. So Apple did pull the ad, but they left it on their YouTube channel, and which is fine. I don't think they should completely get rid of it. It's still a nice ad, but I could see the sides of why people don't like the ad, and it's not the worst thing in the world. There are so many worse ads out there than probably this one. And I just don't understand why this was such a big deal. iPads have been around for a long time and have done all these things anyway. But now that Apple is showing a physical representation of crushing all of that, the spirit of all these things, and putting it into the iPad, it's just a little over the top. I think it's so blown out of proportion. Look, I'm going to show you a compilation right now.
A Silicon Valley tech giant is taking heat a day after introducing new products.
An apology from Apple.
Apple has been forced to apologize.
Musical instruments, paint, other creative type tools.
Not need all of the other objects that you have in your life that you love.
Don't you think there are much bigger things going on in the world right now to worry about than this ad? Yeah, I think there is. So people, get over it. Now listen, the ad did not bother me. I thought it was funny. I laughed at it. So now let's hear Frank's side of the situation to hear another spin on this that maybe people haven't been talking about.
Really what it comes down to is some people have taken offense to the fact that the hydraulic press compresses all of the, I'll say, innovations of history, music, art, and compresses it, and out comes the new iPad Pro, with also the use of AI in a lot of its new programs. And therein lies the crux of the matter, and that is AI. For years, people have been bemoaning how Siri is not as helpful as Alexa and the other assistants. And now that Apple has moved forward in the AI field, they're saying that it's horrible, it's terrible, and they shouldn't have done it. And so, like, for example, Hugh Grant is quoted in an article on The Verge as saying, it's the destruction of the human experience. A bit much, in my opinion. But AI has or will be added to Logic Pro, Final Cut. And what it comes down to is, do you and I want to use AI? You can, just like any tool, you can choose to use it or not. So recently I saw a video on YouTube by a audio production guy. I agree with what he said, and that is this. You may use AI in whatever capacity, whether you're an engineer, an architect, a musician, an artist, to perhaps see what it can do. Now, hopefully, in my opinion, what it will do, it will spark your interest to learn more about how to do what it did. If it sparks an individual to go on to learn more based on their own thoughts and preferences, then it could be a good thing. If you or I use it to replace our own knowledge and base it solely on what the computer will generate, then it's not so good a thing. But I would argue that that's been the case since computers even appeared on a desk. I'm a little perplexed by why people are saying, oh, Apple shouldn't have done this. So I don't think we can have it both ways. What I would say is simply this. Review it. It can be a new feature in many software products. Use it. Review its output and decide for yourself. Do you want to let the computer just do what you input some stuff and boom, there it is? Or do you want to look at it and say, well, maybe I'll learn a little bit more on how to do this in Final Cut or how to do that in Logic Pro or how to perhaps do a better research job and create your own paper in Pages, or how to do a better keynote project. My point is, use it to spark your own ingenuity and own knowledge. That's my analysis or synopsis on the controversy surrounding AI and Apple. Thank you very much, and we're looking forward to your comments.